There are prisons built from stone. There are prisons built from steel. And then there are prisons people willingly enter. Mirage Island was the last kind. From a distance, it looked like paradise. Its cities glittered beneath golden sunlight. Towers of glass stretched into the clouds. Music echoed through the streets. Wealth flowed freely. Every desire seemed within reach. The poor became rich. The lonely became adored. The desperate became powerful. At least, that was the illusion. Those who lived on the island called it freedom. Those who escaped called it something else. The land of empty men. Because beneath the luxury, beneath the pleasure, beneath the endless promises of satisfaction, there was only hunger. A hunger that could never be filled. The island was ruled by unseen powers known as the princes. Ancient beings who understood a simple truth. A man chained by force will eventually resist. A man chained by his own desires will defend his prison. The princes offered everything people wanted. Power, pleasure, fame, wealth, comfort. And in return, they took everything that mattered. Their hearts, their purpose, their souls. That was why the Fishers had come. For years they had fought a silent war against the kingdom of darkness. Across nations, cities, governments, and hidden organizations, they worked from the shadows to disrupt the plans of evil. And nowhere was their presence more needed than Mirage Island. For months, intelligence reports had pointed toward a single target. The Master, a mysterious figure whose influence extended across the entire island. No one knew exactly what he was. No one knew where he came from. But every operation eventually led back to him. Every trail, every conspiracy, every act of corruption. The Master. And now, after months of searching, the Fishers finally had a lead. Two demons sprinted through a narrow alleyway, gasping for breath. Panic filled their faces. One clutched a bleeding arm while the other continuously glanced over his shoulder. "Keep moving," the wounded demon shouted. "They are still behind us." Their pursuer emerged from the smoke. Daniel. The veteran fisher moved through the streets like a hunting wolf. Years of warfare had hardened him. His beard was streaked with gray. Old scars crossed his hands. His eyes carried the weight of battles few men could imagine. Yet despite his age, he remained relentless. The demons turned a corner. Daniel followed. A pistol appeared in his hand. A single shot rang out. One of the demons cried out as the bullet struck his arm. He stumbled but continued running. Daniel pressed forward. Something felt wrong. The chase had become too easy, too predictable. His instinct screamed a warning. Trap. Before he could react, movement appeared on the rooftops. Figures. Dozens of them. Weapons flashed in the sunlight. Ambush. Gunfire erupted. Bullets rained down from every direction. Daniel dove behind a parked vehicle as rounds shattered windows around him. The alley exploded into chaos. He rolled to cover and returned fire. One demon fell from a rooftop. Another disappeared behind a chimney. More appeared to replace them. The enemy had prepared this position carefully. Daniel cursed under his breath. The couriers had never been running from him. They had been leading him here. A second volley slammed into the street. Concrete erupted beside him. The situation was deteriorating rapidly. Daniel sprinted into a side alley. Bullets chased him through the maze of buildings. Left, right, right again. The sounds of pursuit never stopped. His lungs burned. His ammunition dwindled. And then he reached the end of the alley. Dead end. Daniel turned slowly. The enemy advanced from the entrance. Weapons raised. No escape. No reinforcements. No good options. For a moment, he considered his chances. They weren't good. He drew his pistol. Checked the magazine. Not enough rounds, but enough to make them pay. Daniel smiled grimly. Though he slay me, the familiar motto escaped his lips. The demons advanced. Then a hand suddenly appeared over the wall behind him. Need a lift? Daniel blinked. Ben? The young fisher grinned as he leaned over the wall. Without hesitation, Daniel grabbed the offered hand, then hauled him upward with surprising strength. The veteran landed on the opposite side just as bullets struck the wall behind them. A car engine roared nearby. Kevin sat behind the wheel. Get in. Daniel didn't need to be told twice. All three men piled into the vehicle. Kevin slammed his foot onto the accelerator. The stolen sedan shot forward. Gunfire followed them through the streets, but within moments they vanished into the city's traffic. Safe. For now. Daniel leaned back in his seat. His heartbeat slowly returned to normal. That was close. Ben laughed. Close? That wasn't even in the top 10. Kevin smirked. Give him a break. He's old. Daniel groaned. I'm 43. Exactly, Kevin replied. Ancient. The vehicle filled with laughter. For a brief moment, despite the war, despite the danger, despite the darkness surrounding Mirage Island, they felt like family. And families were worth fighting for. Unfortunately, their war was only beginning. Because somewhere on the island, hidden behind layers of deception, corruption, and bloodshed, the Master was waiting.